And again. Good morning, everybody. What's up? This is Friday, and this is August 21st. Getting my melanin walk on for the week. Y'all know I come back on Monday. Hit the gym this weekend, so you can't just walk, run, and not hit the weights. So I'm gonna try to, return to the gym a little bit. And know some people are there in the gym with these masks on, and I guess what I'll try to do is just avoid that damn Stairmaster. Good morning, Mr. Donaldson. What's up? Ernest. My bad. And so I'm gonna see how that works. So I may just do just arms, chests, and legs, because during the week I run and walk and run. So let me see how that works out. If I can breathe through the damn mask, because I try to keep my arms and chest going. I got my HBCU shirt this morning as the melanin is beaming off of my melanated skin. Y'all keep pushing that word, melanin. It's awesome. There's a lot of stuff to go with it. If we studied more about who we are, we'd be proud to look the way we look and have the skin that we have, and then get into the Africanness of it. Mary Max, what's up? Good morning, Mary Max. Let's see, what's up? Yeah, hey, I'm chilling. Oh, everybody, look what Mary Max sent me. She sent me, I guess she got tired of me squeezing those damn water bottles and stopping and drinking water bottles, so she sent me this. Isn't it nice? So this is the daily requirement of all the water I should be drinking. So thank you, Mary Max. Yeah, pretty cool. And it's cold and it's chill. So, and also yesterday, y'all, lost my keys when I was running, and so she also sent me something that will hopefully help me keep up with my key. But it was like I had small pockets on those pants. I had on the day before yesterday or something like that. Yeah. And the key popped out of the back pocket as I was running. Or as Forrest Gump would say, as I was running. And then I went back and had to walk around this entire parking lot to find my door key, and guess what? I found it. So I thank you, Mary Max, for thinking of me, and thinking about everybody else too, for that matter. So, but yeah, it's a lot to talk about, or maybe just a couple of subjects I'm going to talk about or share my thoughts on. And so, y'all share this live. Jacqueline Harris, good morning. See how the sun hits that chocolate? It's that melanin, yeah. Mary Max, when you get a chance to walk outside today, let the sun hit your chocolate melanin too. Let your soul glow. Yeah, baby. And so, making it up here so I can get my stroll on with my Grambling shirt on. And some of y'all ladies might need to close your ears, and fellas, you need to open yours. But to my enlightened ladies who are fair-minded and logical, well, you know how I do. So please share this live, those of you who are coming on, and you'll be able to see these lives on my YouTube channel, because this weekend I'm going to learn how to upload my lives before I mess around and, not have them long. So I'm going to learn how to upload them on my YouTube channel, which is Ricotheopinionist. So, Ricotheopinionist, T-H-E, we say RICOTHEOPINIONIST. So, hey Yasmin, what's up, girl? The melanin does well on cocoa, caramel cocoa skin too. And yeah, so get out there and let the sun hit your face. But you're always outside, Yasmin, the frugal genie, with Zane right by her side. Right on. So y'all go ahead, tell other folks that Rico is on. I know I'm starting a little late. Hold on, Mary Max, what you say? When the sun comes back out, I will. Right now, it is cloudy here in the Bluff City. Sorry to hear that, Mary Max. But y'all share this live. I'm gonna try not to cuss as much. I try not to. Sometimes, you know, there are things cuss-worthy that go on in our behavior. Uh-oh. Look at that. Hold on a minute. Something on my shades. Hold on a minute, y'all. Give me a minute. Don't rush off. Just give me a little minute here. I think I saw a smear on my protective wear. There you go. And so I was sent a text this morning that hold on a minute, y'all. I was sent a text this morning from my cousin. Shout out to Antonio. He said that, and that goes into my topics. Megan Thee Stallion finally comes clean about who shot her. Dun dun dun. Yeah, Tory Lanez. Yeah, you shot me. No, she went live on her Instagram and yeah, Twitter and Instagram, and she spilled the whole pot of beans. No. And I listened to everything she said, and y'all know that I'm not one of those guys who goes straight to making women victims. I don't do that because my Aquarius mind won't allow me to do that. So I'm going to take my time and break down and give my thoughts on what she was saying. I'm going to start from the very beginning. Well, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but if you go on YouTube, one of the little blogs I like is called Impressive Channel. It's spelled E-M-P-E-R. That's right. I'm tripping. Damn. Impressive. They spell it this way. E-M-P-R-E-S-S-I-V-E. Impressive TV or something like that. And her voice is, welcome to the Impressive Channel. So she goes into her diatribe. I mean, well, she goes into reporting what news of the day, a lot of celebrities and all that stuff, and she usually gives you the whole deal. And some people like Lovely T.I., and some people like Layla, Lynn, and all this other stuff. But it's various ones you can choose, but I tend to, I guess, go to the Impressive Channel. That's how she sounds. So anyway, and then I went to the Breakfast Club to see what Charlemagne the Goddess and the Breakfast Chumps had to say about it. And he wasn't as bad as I thought, but he made Tory Lanez the donkey of the day. He should have made Megan the donkey of the day as well, and I'll get to that in a minute. Let's see. Okay, when it initially happened, Megan didn't say a word. And, well, she just said I was shot. And everybody was mum. Nobody wanted to say anything about what's going on. But conveniently, somehow, she was still made a victim. But it turns out that we already knew that she's a victim of the shooting. But she would never come out and say who did it. And so left everyone else to speculate. Let me tell you the double standard or the two-facedness or the contradiction of all of this. And somehow, she still fixes her mouth to say, black women are so unprotected. And black men are the bullies again. And I'm sick of this. Thank God I have a brain. Thank God my brain isn't full of blunts and pills and not as much alcohol as I used to when I was in my 30s. And cigarette smoke and cocaine and red meat and beef and all that shit. So I have sense. And I can, see things a little more clearer than others. I'm not emotionally caught up in a lot of foolishness, especially the politics of race and gender. I recognize for what it is, so I'm able to dissect it a little better than others. And so, having said that, Megan Thee Stallion, you're really not a victim in here. Yeah, you're a victim of victim of being shot or grazed in the foot, because that little picture you put up on the internet because people saying you weren't shot. Well, I saw the photos. Look like it's like what's called a flesh wound, or didn't touch a bone, didn't touch anything, like something that scraped it, but she needed stitches. And people say, well, damn, how did she get well so quick? What's she doing out at the parties and shit and got shot in the foot? Because usually, well, there's no fragment, didn't touch bone. Boy, you a lucky man, you're a lucky shooting victim. But we're not denying that you didn't get shot. We're not saying that. We're just still questioning the severity of the shot. And so you come on out, and you said, I didn't touch him, I didn't do all that, got it. But then you had the nerve to say, black women are so unprotected. You made this broad statement about black men and black women, Megan Thee Stallion, when it's convenient for you. And then you let everybody just beat up on the guy, and it was fine. But then the heat started turning your way. She hit him, she lying, she snitched, she doing all of this. All of a sudden you couldn't take the heat, but it was okay to put all the heat on him because he was a black male or he was a man. But then the heat started coming your way, speculations started coming your way. Then Megan, you want to come out and, yeah, he did this, and then make a video about crying and shit, but still you never told us who actually did it. Even the people in the car wouldn't even tell it. See, my topics today is Megan Thee Stallion comes clean when snitching goes wrong, and protect black women? That's the question. See, I'm not a robot. And all this shit about protecting black women, that is a case-by-case scenario, in my opinion. It's not what it used to be. Because a large majority of black women in America act like dudes. And when you think and act like a dude or a boss bitch or independent, well, you get into more trouble like guys. So why in the hell would guys who don't get into trouble, guys who are not into drugs and gangs and do fucked up rap songs and all in the streets, want to break their necks, fuck their clean record up and go out and protect chicks who out there like that? Then you talking about, I ain't in the streets. I don't do none of that, in her little spiel that she threw out there, right? No, because now let's get to her confession. Or explaining what happened. She still don't want to say why he shot her. She said that he did. You shot me, but she didn't get into it. Of course, there's no excuse for that, right? And so now this gender war is about, well, I won't say gender war. It's not a gender war. It's just a few chicks talking shit and influencing other chicks who have no fight in the game, no dog in the fight, to start talking shit. They're what I call angry feminists and angry hoes because dudes don't like them. So they start all this mess. That's right, black men are protecting black women. Bullshit. Husbands, wives, daughters, nieces, and all that are being protected. You chicks right out here with loose legs, loose lips, well, that's on you. Shut your damn mouth and stop fucking with thugs and people who are dangerous. Yeah, I said it. So, she gets on here and makes her confession, and she's saying, yeah, y'all around here's calling me a snitch and all that. I didn't tell it on him when we got arrested because, okay, she's making herself a victim, and also, like she did black men, did him a favor. Well, how the police shooting black people and all that shit, I was scared. The helicopter was over us, and if I had told him there was a gun in the car, he would have shot all of us. Megan, that's not true. They would not have shot all of you. They would have snatched his little ass out and arrested him. And you would have been on the ground, laying on the ground, just like your seriously thick friend. My God. You've been laying on the ground just like her, while the black male would have been snatched and put in a police car. So don't try to paint that picture like at that very moment had you mentioned that he has a gun in the car when all of y'all were taken out. Y'all were taken out and marched. But you didn't, I guess you didn't have to say that. You said, I'm trying to protect him. But see, that goes into the whole abusers theory, I guess. And sisters, a lot of you young women and women who are in their 40s and 50s, you've dated an abuser and you protected an abuser. And so this little no snitching code in the hood, they got all these young women out here protecting criminals and thugs and abusers. And that's the stuff women, when you want to talk about behavior, that's the shit you should be getting, using your huge platforms for. Michelle Obama, Oprah, Ava DuVernay, and all this shit. Y'all need to be telling these women, stop protecting criminals. No, stop dating and fucking criminals. And this shit won't happen to you. Because we all agree that we can participate in every damn near everything that happens to us. But somehow women still get a pass, even though they participate in their own demise. They participate in their own shit happen to them. Somehow they're given a pass. And that shit is crazy. And all that does is produces the continuation of women's narcissism and egotism and lack of accountability. Now she believes that she's not accountable for any of this. Now am I saying that he should have shot her? Hell no. I'm gonna get to that in a minute, more in depth about his behavior. But I'm sick of her and women like her, Megan Thee Stallion. You know, all of a sudden you want to evoke black women aren't being protected, but you want to try to protect yourself by not, first of all, rapping them fucked up lyrics and having that fucked up image, and then dating a fucked up dude. Hell, I can tell you, don't date these little ass dudes. Now I can see if he's short, but he's short and little. But you dating these little ass, emotional ass, bow wow ass little dudes. Ladies, you 5'11", good and nice and curvy at 155 to 165. You don't date no motherfucker 5'3" and 120. Are you kidding me? Grown ass dude. You don't do that, baby. You don't. You know he got emotional issues. Now if he's like 5'5" and he weigh about 165 and he got a little muscles on him, he cool. But you date a little ass dude. I mean, what they say in here, a little ass dude. You know he ain't nothing but ego and emotions. Because he mad because he little. And then you dating these little fuckers with tattoos all on their neck and shit. It ain't nothing but trying to conjure up some kind of level of masculinity and manhood. Look at all these little tatted up motherfuckers. They got more tattoos than successes in their lives. They got more tattoos than reading ability. They got more tattoos, goddammit, than college degrees. Hell, they got more tattoos than positive marks on their criminal record. They do all that just to cover up. That's what that shit's about. Ladies keep telling y'all that, but no. Keep doing you. But don't come around here crying wolf after you done made your fucked up choice. Now the world needs to come to your rescue. Cut it out. Cut it out, Megan Thee Stallion. You in that life. I ain't never been in the streets. I ain't nothing like that. I'm nice. I'm honest. You're not being honest. Because you say you're not in the streets, but you project the image in your music as a whore and a bitch in the streets. But you say that's not you. Not you. So what's the problem? Who's the liar here? Cut it out. If you don't want that smoke, don't bring the matches. Hell. That's what I'm saying. Yes, she's a victim of a shooting, but she's not a complete victim. He is a complete son of a bitch for doing what he's doing. But I need black men to be red alert. As of last night, this shit is hitting the fan. You somehow gonna be blamed for everything, or you will continue to be blamed for everything that's going on with black women. They're not allowed or forced to take any responsibility for shit they do. And this shit is annoying. It's just tired. And it's played out. And all these so-called empowered ass black women do not tell these other hoes, bitch, stop making fucked up choices. Never. Michelle Obama. And then your new black girl, Kamala, is certainly not going to tell you. And then all these empowered, business owning, affiliated, brilliant ass black women don't never tell these hoes, stop lying. Stop fucking with shitheads, thugs, criminals. Because that's the shit that could happen, it's going to happen. Yeah, but it ain't nothing new. A lot of your grandmas, go back in the 20s and 30s. You know, all them gangsters of the Harlem Renaissance and all that, they had women. But one thing about those women, they did what they did and they moved on. They were the little dancing chicks, like the, little dancing chicks in the clubs, and they didn't complain. Oh my God, we're not being protected. They knew they was about their life, and whatever happens, happened. And a lot of them survived it because they understood. I got tits and a vagina. I'm going to go further in the game than him. Because he's the target, because he's the male. All I got to do is wear some short skirts, booty shorts, titties pushed out, and bam, I'm going to get a pass. And that's in all women's heads. They understand they have a past because of their gender. They don't catch that heat the way men do. So let's stop the bullshit. At least those ladies understood, even in the 70s. Hell, even the prostitutes of the 70s didn't complain as much as these hoes do today. And they ain't even prostitutes. You understand? You gonna get in the game, then complain about the repercussions of being in the game? But you say, I ain't even about that life, but you projecting an image. That's what we used to call it when I used to work with teenage boys in the treatment centers. And they all there messing their fingers up and got gang tattoos and scared when they hear a paper bag pop, boom, they jumping. It's called projecting an image. And you do that because out of trying to be something that you're not. And that's what she did. She got caught up in her own words. I'm not even about that life. I'm not like that. Well, Megan, why aren't you acting like the woman you say you are and looking like the young woman you say you are? Hell, in my opinion, you're making HBCU women look bad. They are celebrating this whole going to Texas Southern, but she makes Texas Southern look like ain't number of ratchets coming out of Texas Southern. See the stuff y'all should be on, ladies? That's the stuff y'all should be protesting. Not protesting black men because we won't fuck with Kamala Harris. Y'all should be protecting her because she's the one making y'all look bad. If y'all gonna make it a whole broad sweeping indignation of women, of black women, like you do one black man, so Tory Lane's got to represent all of us? Hell no. And we reject that notion. And I'm gonna continue to push the narrative. We're gonna reject that notion. One dude don't make the whole gender. It's crazy. You need to cut it out. And I know for a fact that Texas Southern does not produce a gang for a whole group of ratchets. But that's what everybody, oh, she came from Texas Southern. Mean this ratchet whore? That's the image she's projecting. So, she comes out now, she mad, she talking about telling everything. Go check out the video. It's all over the social media now. And now she got this grand ass speech about, you know, black women not being protected. And then let's get into her whole participation of the no snitching. Well, I ain't telling again, because you know the police had this, they had that. No, Megan, you could have got your ass out. When you went to, then she said, when I went to the hospital, I thought a lot of them at the hospital were hell police dressed up in doctor's coats or some shit like that. No, bro, you was trying to stay down. I was protecting him. You had plenty of time to tell it, but when it was time, when people was dogging him out, you was cool. But when everybody knows, like, wait a minute, you probably was hitting that dude. You probably did this when the shit came her way. Now she mad about it. Now she can't stand it. Now she can't take it. And then accused him of having his people go out and put out bullshit. He probably was. He's an emotional, lame little fucker. Hell, and I'm not saying that, what I just said about him being that little emotional bastard, that's not indicative of all vertically challenged men. I'm 5'5", now down to 142. I can teach little dudes how to successfully have a taller woman that's a little thicker. I can show you how to do it. A 5'11", 155, 160. Man, that'll be God really shining brightly upon thee. Oh, glory. Somebody hold my mule for a shout. Woo! And I would show Tory Lanez and other little dudes. I can do a tutorial on how to successfully be with a tall, curvy woman. Now, Megan Thee Stallion is looking like Lizzo. I ain't talking about her. No, Megan Thee Stallion gained too much weight. Now, Megan Thee Stallion get down to about 155, 160. Woo! That mother would be perfect. But now she look like just a big-ass, tall mound of woman now. Because she accepted them box of cakes and pies and shit from Lizzo when she first got it started. I think she ate that box that day. Because that motherfucker in that wet-ass pussy video, like, I said, why God? She must have been laying up on the couch with her foot up on the goddamn armrest or something, because this motherfucker picked up about 40 pounds. Since the BET Awards, 50 pounds. I said, nah, you stretching out now, sister. No, you ain't that fine, motherfucker, that everybody saw 6 months ago. So anyway, so go on a diet, Meg Thee Stallion. And anyway, get down to about 160. That'll be perfect. But anyway, so you know, this whole thing about this no snitching. Yeah, when it's convenient. You know, that no snitching thing keeps the black community in turmoil. You know, those who haven't moved out to the suburbs, y'all know why the suburbs remain the suburbs? Because white folks and Indians and Asians who live in the suburbs, they snitch. That's why the suburbs still have such a high value. Houses still over $300,000, $200,000 plus, manicured lawns. And then when they see you come through there with your old car that's less than a 2019, and they say you come there, they looking at you crazy. Like, hey, who the fuck is this? And then black folks who live out there, y'all all of a sudden y'all start snitching when you move out to the suburbs, but you don't snitch when you're in the neighborhood where all the gangbangers and the drug dealers running rampant. I find that to be quite amazing. So, Megan Thee Stallion, that's when snitching goes wrong. You're going to hold off on it until the heat come your way. Now you're trying to tell it. How come you just didn't be a woman? Always talking about women being a woman. How come you didn't be a woman and come out in the beginning and then allow for people to just, you know, use it as fodder and come on all these speculations that you knew were not true, but they weren't coming your way. So it's fine then, as long as they was butchering him and all of that. And then come to find out that's what we thought anyway, he shot you. Getting out the back seat, even his bodyguard, his friend, your best friend didn't even tell him. So everybody under the no snitching code, good luck with that. See how silly that is in 2020? It's been silly all the time. So we gonna move to the suburbs all of a sudden now, we wanna keep what we have and keep it nice and clean. It's, man. But then, when we need more police. Police don't come out and do nothing. Well, hell, y'all don't have a relationship, you know. Hell, snitch on the police who helping the dope boys. I know that's a lot. We got to live here. Well, you don't have to. Shit, get another degree. Get a better job, you move the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to live there. You certainly don't have to reproduce no babies in no damn ghetto, but these silly ass people doing that shit. Getting pregnant in a known as gang territory. Having kids in a low performing ass school district. Are y'all kidding me? So yeah, Megan Thee Stallion, full of shit. No, you should not have gotten caught. Let me tell you some more hypocrisy about all of this shit. And it gets on my nerves. Okay. It's very interesting that when something happens to women, you know, he has no self-control. These men need to get a hold of their emotions. Blah, 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 blah. And that's true on that side, I guess. But let's go back to just 2 weeks ago. This black man who was trying to leave his wife, he had got sick of her ass. He was just trying to leave her. And it happened in Norfolk, Virginia. Go and look up the story. She ran completely the fuck over this man. And he laid there in the street bleeding from his body. And all of the black village idiots stood around and did not offer him any aid. Oh my God, he dead. Oh no. Ooh, she ran over him. Ooh, he breathing. Only two people amongst all those black folks that were trying to render aid or get aid for him were two white women who were on the phone. And let me tell you something, when black folks came out there to finally help him, guess what they did? Some chicks out of a damn nail shop or a cosmetology, whatever the fuck they were doing, no, a beauty supply house came out there and put a sheet, covered the man up with a sheet. Then nobody check his pulse. Then nobody say, sir, are you okay? Or nothing. You understand what happened there? That shit is disgusting. Every time I watch that video, my blood boiled. And then they put the sheet over the man's head. And just so happened about 10 minutes or so after all of that, they noticed his body going up and down. Oh, he breathing. And the woman ran back and forth, who ran completely over him for trying to leave her. That what you do? 18 years of my life. 18 years of my life. What you mean? You son of a bitch. And then she picked up the bumper and threw it over the man's, hit him with hit the man's lifeless body with the bumper from the front of the car. Now here's the part here. I'm saying all this hypocrisy. How come I'm looking all over social media and I'm looking at tweets and comments of African American women? Well, you know, these black men gonna learn to play with black women's feelings. Y'all gonna learn. What? So just because he hurt her feelings, or because he was trying to leave an allegedly abusive relationship, y'all justified her running him over with a 3-ton motherfucking car? Y'all need to, black men, y'all gonna learn to stop playing with black women's feelings. I saw this shit, I almost threw up on my computer screen. I said, this is supposed to be appropriate? It's okay for them to say that? And they don't think nothing of it, so it goes back to what young black boys are taught early. You don't make a black woman mad. I don't know who made these motherfuckers so tough. I have no idea. Again, y'all excuse me, I grew up in pimping and hoeing. And hoes didn't run nothing. Hoes stood in their place. Hoes brought their money back. Hoes knew it was good for them if they came up short. Hoes knew they was hoes. And then after the 70s, going to the 80s, it really hammered down on this single motherhood. 45 years later, you got these weakened ass black dudes. Well, you don't want to make a black woman mad. I don't understand that language, so y'all have to forgive me. I don't. I'll make anybody mad. Not on purpose, but if I have something to say, I'll say it. And who gives a shit about making a chick mad? Man, this shit is crazy. You right here, you afraid of making a woman mad? Who says that? Black dudes, because they was raised by mainly over 75%, 80% of black children are born into single motherhood. So they're trained under what I call the spell of the matriarchal Leviathan. And so you can't make it because no mama yelling and cussing and hitting and being violent all the years. So all you know is violence from a woman. There's no man there. So that black boys and black men are taught to revere and worship these people. It's insane. But that's what you get when you don't have no man around the house. You know. So these boys, and some of these, I think a couple of dudes probably agree with that shit. There were some guys that gave pushback, but I was tripping on the nerve that they actually said this. So let's bring this up to this Megan Thee Stallion thing. So, based on what y'all said, ladies, y'all you know I'm not talking about y'all on here. What all these young women and feminists and young chicks are saying, Megan Thee Stallion, well, you should have heard his feelings. You should have been playing with his feelings, Megan Thee Stallion. You should have been playing with Tory Lanez's feelings, right? Based on him, right? Not justifying what he did, but y'all gonna learn to quit messing with men's feelings. See how that works? But somehow it sounds fucked up when it's coming from men. So if we're gonna be equal, if we're gonna try to practice equality, I believe in it going across the board. And I've always said, ladies, you don't have the right to do harm to any man physically or his property because he cheated on you, because he hurt hurt your feelings, or even if he called you a bitch. How about you do what y'all tell men to do? Turn around and walk away. How about that? But you can't tell no woman that. They don't get to walk away. They get to, you got me so fucked up. Don't make me take my earrings off. Hold my purse. Wait a minute. This is a man you up against, lady. But when the man said, oh, you ain't gonna hurt my feelings, bitch. 2-piece and a pepper body slam. Uppercut, knee to the neck. Oh my God, that's a woman. Y'all see that? So everybody need to get in their respective places. Men be men and women be women. And also, again, ladies, y'all see these little ass dudes? Tattooed up and shit. Y'all know Tory Lanez, little bit ass little guy. I call him the Bow Wow rap and R&B. Little ass dudes trying to mess with no serious women and can't handle it. And it's insecure about your foot size and everything else, you little miniature little bastard you. But Megan, you're not a complete victim because you played, and I'm about to quote my man Tommy Sotomayor, you played a stupid game and you won a stupid prize. But see, due to the fact of your gender, you get to claim victimhood. Well, you're talking to a real one, baby. You don't get to claim complete victimhood on this. No, I do not approve of his reactions because he's an emotional little dude. Shouldn't have done that. But also, I'm not going to buy that shit. I'm trying to protect him. When the black chicks don't protect black dudes except for in the game. And then they do all the snitching on that. Because when she get mad, you ever notice that even in the hood and whatever, women do all of the snitching. She tell the police where the dope hid at. She tell the police what his address is, if he all this shit, if he late on child support, or he the dope boy that she was fucking with, but she catches him with another girl, she sets him up with the police. So how come they such snitches, but the women don't get stitches? Or they say get buried in ditches. But if a guy, oh, he buried, he got stitches, and he's buried. So ladies, what y'all talking about no snitching? Y'all snitch more than any goddamn body in the streets. Just let you see him with a new girlfriend. Or you become his baby mama, he got another girlfriend and got her pregnant. You finna tell everything you know. Let you get mad at him. You finna tell them child support agency. Yeah, he live over this. Then he be over his mama house, but his real address over here. Yeah, he said he work at nights, but he got a daytime job too, so he got 2 incomes. They do all the snitching. So y'all kill that no snitching shit. Cause women snitch and still get to live to be 80. They snitch all day long. So if y'all true to the game, fellas, it'll be so many dead chicks around here laid up, buried, stitches, and every motherfucking thing else. So y'all cut that silly ass game out. Because women still get to have a convenience of being women even in the no snitching game. And I'm telling you, I ain't in the streets. I just go by what I hear people saying. I don't play that. The streets are a dangerous place to be. That's why I never went in them. I never know. Cats I grew up with was like selling dope, and I think a couple tried to claim gang. You know, 1 or 2 I was real close to because we rode the 5th grade bus together to Kingsbury, went to Cypress together and all that. But, you know, once they got in their lifestyle of gangs and selling dope in the 80s, and all that shit, you know, I drew the line, and a couple of them, you know, who I was cool with, they understood that Rico goes to work after school. And then when I got started at Grambling State University, I was labeled the college boy. Now I don't care no gang member, nobody who sell dope or trying to buy dope identified me as being in none of that shit. I'm telling you, you don't want to get caught up in that bullshit. And so I knew as a young man, as a teenager, as a young man, nah, I don't want that smoke, so I ain't bring no matches. You know, and I don't feel ashamed about being a guy growing up with a clean record. Not in the streets. And I never thought of that as something that motherfuckers bragged about. You mean these motherfuckers? But they bragged about it. Man, you don't know, I'm about them streets. I was in them streets, son. I was in them streets. Yeah, you keep your old looking ass in them streets. Yo, imprisoned, just getting out at 27-year-old, went in at 16 looking ass on. Yeah, yeah, little mama, you gone. You 19 years old, but your motherfucking ass look 27. Because them streets. So they can keep the streets. You know, the streets be talking. Yeah. The streets can't say shit about your boy. Except for how cool he was, how respectful he was with everybody. You know, you did you, I did me. That's how I roll. I didn't try to claim, I ain't try to hang out. Because I'm an Aquarius, I'm an introvert kind of cat. I always do me. I ain't need to be led by nobody. I'm on the follower. You know, I didn't have a dad and all that, but I didn't feel the need for male bonding by joining a motherfucking gang. I ain't feel the need that I want a girl so bad that I want to give money in the, as they say, in the ill-begotten way, oh glory. No, I went to work, and in the 80s I was getting paid $3.35 an hour. That was the minimum wage. My brother either, he worked, where my brother work at? I worked at Western Sizzle, I worked at grocery stores, Piggly Wiggly, restaurants, and then I think it went up to $3.85, and by the time I started Grambling in '89, my brother worked at a place called Po Folks, and he worked at Red Lobster, both restaurants. And so he worked hard, always worked the job, worked jobs. I've always worked the job after school, hence why I never got into sports and all of that. So that's what kept us out the bullshit. No, and so people saying grew up without a father and all that, that's no excuse for poor behavior. There's no excuse for running to, but I know it happens sociologically. Boys hang out in groups, girls hang out in groups, and racial people hang out, same race, all that stuff. But there's somebody there in the hood to be trying to tell people something, but you know, I guess people's situations be so messed up that they see the gang as they say that's their family. You blame that on where they come from, I guess, but still. You know, I guess in all that chaos, there was still a sense of family where I grew up at, the household I came in. Majority women, 2 pimps, 2 prostitutes, fighting and cussing and drinking. Police come to the house damn near every other weekend. You know, during the week, motherfuckers fighting, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning on school nights and shit. It happened periodically, yeah. So, and that's why when motherfuckers say, well, you know, product of my environment. I'm a product of my environment too. I ain't had no prostitutes. I ain't snatched no purses. I ain't ran no check schemes and credit card scams. I ain't done none of that shit. You know, and I'm not saying like a motherfucker say, well, Rico, motherfucker, you supposed to act right in society. I get it. I know it's coming across sounding like a dude that's got 5 kids by 3 different baby mamas. And this motherfucker talking about, I take care of all my kids. Well, motherfucker, you supposed to. You had them. Just like Chick said, I was there for my kids when he walked off. You supposed to, heifer, you had them. So I hope I'm not coming across as that. I'm just saying it is not required. Well, my single mother said to us, it doesn't matter if you're born and raised in a barn. You don't have to look nor act like an animal. And that stuck with me. And so, and that's how I view it. It's not required for me to tell poor kids, look, you don't have to act like that. You don't have to resort to that. You don't. There's too many books out here for you to read. Too much free stuff out here in 2020. Shit, it shouldn't be a stupid kid out here. Or a kid it shouldn't be a kid out here who does not have the ability to read and talk and articulate and analytically think and assess. Too much free education out here. And that's the stuff that got our people when we came out of slavery, when we were so-called released out of slavery. You know, as the old song goes, how I got over. How I got over. How I got over. Well, guess how they got over? Through reading, learning to read and write and educate themselves, and they built. So why don't we teach that to the poor kids in the ghetto? Or encourage that. Tell them, look, don't give them no tennis shoes, goddammit. They already got some Jordans on. Give them a book. And every Christmas, you want to give back, stop giving them bicycles, give them books. Goddammit, you already know how to ride a bike. But can you read Introduction to African Civilizations? Can you read Autobiography of Malcolm X? Can you read Black Labor, White Wealth, Dr. Claude Anderson? Can you read Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson? Give them books, damn bikes, damn PlayStations. Yeah, give them pencils and books and shit like that, and then say, this is what you get from us, my nonprofit. We giving away books. We ain't giving away no motherfucking, don't worry about clothes. The Goodwill got damn near free clothes. Get that shit and put it in the washing machine, wash it up, iron it. Yeah. We would focus on the wrong things. And our people, if our kids are not intellectually fed and trained, we got a lot of dressed up dumbasses out here. So I'm not done with Megan Thee Stallion, but I think I made my point about that. I just find the hypocrisy and the double standard. You know, Megan, get yourself together. And you are not a complete victim, Megan. No, you should not have been shot. But don't act like you doing black men a favor. I didn't tell on him because, you know, the police out here shooting people. Police ain't shooting black women, they're shooting black men. So I guess you call yourself saving him. They wouldn't have shot him. If he had laid his little emotional ass on the ground, they would have arrested him. So every situation is not a cop shooting situation, Megan Thee Stallion. Don't even do that. And I'm not even a huge defender of the police, but I'm a huge defender of logic and what's right. Every situation doesn't turn into that. You know how many black folks that stop by the police daily and they leave out the motherfucking situation? But y'all motherfuckers shooting pistols. Of course they're going to call the police. Of course they're going to come. When people say, look, there's shooting going on out here, how the fuck you think they're supposed to come? I don't understand, Megan. Yeah, damn right the helicopters came. This is California for you. That's what they do. They spend plenty of money on their cops and the toys that they can use. Yeah, that's what them folks in that neighborhood said. We heard gunshots. We didn't even hear BB guns in this motherfucking neighborhood. We heard gunshots. Must be some Negroes around here somewhere. Or some Mexicans. And so, of course, they came out that way, Megan. Yeah. Now, if you shot pistols over there where you say you're from, I'm from South Houston. I'm from there, blah, blah, blah. Well, they shot pistols over there. You ain't have to worry about the police coming. But these neighborhoods where houses cost over $300,000 and somebody shoot a pistol, the cops going to show up with pistols drawn. Why don't we understand this? So, yeah, they can. But in the video, Megan, you're allowed to come out and hobble out. And you say your foot bleeding. And they got everybody out and put them on the ground. And when you say, look, he had a gun in the car, they would have got him and arrested him. Boom. There wouldn't be no shooting going on. So stop trying to over-dramatize shit. Yeah, it'd be killing me. Black folks, black men and black women get past police stops daily. And then you have the unfortunate ones. Now, you know, but Megan, this wasn't that situation. I was scared. I believe you. Because when cop was pulling me over just for speeding, I'm like, man, hit this motherfucker here. But I relax and as long as I have everything they need, you know, but it could be one of those cops who just gonna be a dick. I get that as well. But we're gonna have to stop this over dramatizing. You know how the police out here shooting black people? Megan, you don't give a shit about black people like that. Or your platform would be out there talking about boss bitches, bad bitches. I'm a savage, ratchet, bougie, nasty. Get the fuck out of here. Images. And I just talked about that yesterday on my last live. Images. Stop putting the bullshit out there. Yeah, just know how come karma only works with men, but it don't seem to work with the women. Y'all cut this bullshit out. There's no gender war going on. We just have to identify both genders when they're doing fuck shit. Duh. Anyway, if there's something that's come up in my mind about that whole thing, I'll talk about it some more. But that just hit me this morning, and I was, you know, scrolling through social media to get the complete story on what happened, and still she won't say why he shot her. But I guess it doesn't matter. You know how? Isn't this interesting? Everybody was ready. I mean, people. Let me tell y'all something. That's how men always seem to catch the short end of this. You know, Chris Brown is a prime example. Chris Brown and that damn Rihanna have been getting into it according to later reports. Now we all know the whole story because he got to tell it and all of that. But in the beginning, Chris Brown was this son of a bitch. Steve Harvey said, if ever my daughter, I beat Chris Brown ass. You know, everybody was going in on Chris Brown. But we just act like women don't do shit. And those of you who date all the time and got girlfriends right now know that women, they live to do fuck shit. It's almost like they're cats. They just come up and if you're a cat owner, you ever known that you ain't did shit, your cat look like it's coming up to you and all of a sudden that motherfucker scratch your face out of nowhere, you want to chunk that motherfucker through the plate glass window? Well, that's how women do. Just say annoying shit, say aggravating shit. It's weird. And then you respond, it's a cat, damn, why you do that to that cat? Cat don't shit. Cats are terrible people, terrible animals. According to cat owners. I'm not a pet owner, I'm just repeating what people said. And they say all the time. And that's Rihanna was the cat. And him and Rihanna fought all the time, according to after reports. They fought all the time. And that time she gonna grab his nuts, smack him in the face and all that, and then I think she hit him in the head with a cell phone and all that shit. I think when he said when she grabbed his balls and he's like, oh shit, he just lost it. Who in the hell expects any human being to just sit and take abuse and not respond? And number two, why the fuck all the discipline and the walking away is charged to the men? How come y'all never tell women to be disciplined? Control your emotions and walk away. Chris Brown got out and said, what, and you know that ass whooping he gave her was the ass whooping that he probably should have gave her. Hold on a minute. There was an ass whooping he probably should have gave her 14 arguments ago. But he said, no, gone, girl, gone. She probably, you know, one of them, and she's known as being a spicy mouth Caribbean. She get to talk smart. So Rihanna's known for having a smart ass mouth and a kind of volatile personality when it comes to her dating. One of them kind of chicks that be hitting you and shit. You know, she's one of those. And so Chris Brown got out and said, man, fuck this shit. I'm tired of this bitch. 2-piece in the pepper, body slam, 2-piece, 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 uppercut, body slam, kick to the gut, bow to the head, bow. And then when he got done, he was relieved. Whew. But then his gender kicked in. Oh my God, he beat up Rihanna. Let's destroy him. And they destroyed him. Chris Brown is a shell of the man he used to be. He's a tattooed up, drugged out, half dancing, half singing ass dude. The pop community dropped him. He was all on commercials and had songs like "Excuse Me, Miss," "Think I Want to Talk to You," and all those cool songs. When he was clean, he had no tattoos, he was smiling, he was perfect. I mean, as far as pushing an image. Then we learned about his background. He watched his mom get her ass beat. He had to grow up with that, so that anger was probably simmering all the time. And Rihanna, you know, who I think she reports some kind of abuse in her family and her distance from her father, so there was a perfect match made in abuse hell. But she still gets to play the victim. And then she even came out and said, well, I want them, don't be so hard on Chris, because she knew she was wrong. And she probably, and she pulled her gender card. And of course, this feminist America gonna hold the men up to a higher standard of behavior than the women. And that shit has to stop. A lot of young men are dying in jail and suffering because of them being able to pull the female gender card. You know, they cut that shit out. And you fathers of sons around here, and you fathers of daughters, well, any man put his hand on my motherfucking daughter. I get that initially, but let's play the tape and see how terrible your daughter is. Your daughter's a bitch to her boyfriend. She's terrible. He finally just pushed that heifer over the couch. All of a sudden, you'll put your motherfucking hand on my daughter. No, your daughter been putting her hands on him forever, and he out of respect for you and himself, he's like, ugh. That one time he just couldn't. So how come a man has to be totally robotic, and how come the man has to walk away? And let me tell y'all something else about this shit, and it's back to the Megan Thee Stallion shit. When bad things happen to, even in that wreck, I mean, even when that woman ran her car over him, women always get to say, and even old beta male punk ass black dudes say this shit. Well, you know, man, where you picked that woman at? You should have chose that woman. Whenever a brother has a complaint about women's behavior, well, maybe it's the women you choose. Maybe you should choose better women. Where you go to meet these women at? All this old deflective shit, but insulting backhand shit they say to men. So can we say to Megan Thee Stallion, where you meet these men at, Megan? Maybe it's the man you chose. Maybe you should choose better, Megan. How about that? No, I dare any black feminists or women, period, say that. Hell. Am I the only one who notices this shit? What's going on, men? What's going on? Y'all haven't broken that spell yet? Maybe y'all need to go to YouTube and understand red pill education. Red pill, go to YouTube and study it. It'll free you from a lot of the bullshit. It'll wake you up to what's really happening to you. You're being destroyed. And the women are still here. Still here. That's like I tell my friend all the time, that in the last day of this world, only 3 people or 3 things will still be alive. Women, roaches, and Cher. They're the only 3 motherfuckers gonna be here. When the world ends and all the apocalypse and everything come, the only thing gonna be left is roaches, women, and Cher. That's it. This shit is crazy, and I'm seeing it every day. You know, go back to when you got a grandmother that's 75 years old, and she said, well, I remember when I buried my 4th husband. What the fuck? How have you had 4 husbands, all 4 of them died on you? And then these chicks talking about something, ooh, ain't enough black men around. Your grandma had 4 of them, and we ain't talking about the boyfriends, the dudes in between she gave coochie to. So I'll let you know, men are always out here protecting women. Hell. Always. Hell, even when they sell dope, who they get the money to? You. When they gangbang, who they get the ill-begotten means to? Women. Then you can have your ass out here talking about even the thugs and street guys protecting women. And then a gentleman out here who don't want to buy you no dinner. Ooh, man, these guys are cheap. So he ain't bought you no dinner, so he ain't no man, he ain't protecting your starving, hungry, cheap ass. No, we ain't doing that, ladies. Come on, let's be adults. Let's be mature. But, you know, I know this goes on deaf ears. It's too rough for the sophisticated ladies who are in denial. But y'all know I don't care about that shit. And also, let me say this to you guys. With all this shit that's going on, it's going to be some pussy pandering going on. The guy's going to be all attacking Tory Lanez where he should be, but not for the right reasons. Well, weak ass nigga shooting a woman and shit, man. And these baby hoe ass nigga around here. Fellas, don't try to jump on the lady's side because you think that's gonna get you in to get a coochie coupon. I can't stand you little lame ass beta male simp ass Negroes. You attack your own just to get you a coochie coupon. No, let's be honest. No, I don't appreciate what that little bastard did. He ruined it for the rest of us, vertically challenged men who likes the tall women. Yeah, tall ladies out there, are you little Charmaine? Get at you. You can give him the Tory Lanez test. Ask him some questions. Look at him. If he got a bunch of tattoos on him, don't holler at him, ladies. If he a little bit ass dude, don't give him no shot. Especially if you tall, about 5'11", 5'10", 150, 160, but your waist is in, your melons are out, and your hips are nice and round, your legs are good and long. Lord Jesus. Whew. He a little bitty ass dude, you know. And he's literally a pocket-sized little fucker. No, don't do it, because he ain't gonna be able to handle that. But those of us who got, try to have a little beefcake about us, try to have a little something about us, ladies, we understand and we appreciate every height and inch of your body. Those are the ones, and when you talk to him, you know that he's a confident little guy. But y'all, and he ain't got tattoos all over his neck and arms and fingers and shit. He got a nice collar shirt. No, he clean. Taller ladies, if y'all if you want to venture out, we're not asking you to date us vertically challenged men, but damn, can we get a shot at that giraffe heaven? You hear me? There's a lot of brothers that like tall women. Yeah, we love you long time. Now, we don't turn Asian, it's just, we're talking about the length, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. Yeah. But I do admit, and I know for sure there are a bunch of little bitty ass, insecure ass little dudes. And guess what, ladies? There's also some insecure ass 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot guys. They whooping y'all ass too. So it's not just abuse doesn't come in height and weight. Abuse doesn't see any of that. It's across the board. But I'm just saying, I don't want Tory Lanez to fuck it up for the rest of us. You know how August Alsina fucked it up for the rest of us? Guys who know how to act if, just happen to know a married woman, but they got an arrangement with their husband and shit. They want to invite you to an entanglement, but you won't go out here running your mouth and snitching. See, that's what I'm saying. August Alsina kind of fucked it up for the rest of us. With Jada and other women of means and on the cute side, but they want a little plaything here and there. Yeah, so, yes, I guess there's a motive behind me getting on his little ass. You ruin it for the rest of us. Hell. They're like these tall cutie pies. Y'all spread the word. You tall, 5'11", model-esque, or, you can be 5'11", but you weigh 140, 135, 140, or you 5'11", weigh 155, 165. Ladies, I swear, we got you. I'm 5'5", 5'6", 5'7", 5'4". We got you, ladies. So, Yeah, but Tory Lanez was just a bad pick. She was doing it for the image of it anyway. I said, damn, he's a little ass dude. And I'm a vertically challenged man. Looking at him, I said, damn, this motherfucker damn near Gary Coleman kind of shit. Whew. But just doing it because they part of that bullshit ass rap and all that. So, anyway, let me move on to my next topic. All right, hold on a second, y'all. Somebody saying some shit. Nancy Hager, what's up? And so, Y'all share this live. Support your boy on the Cash App and the PayPal. Y'all know I'm out here working up a sweat for me and you. And next, you know, I was on the Grambling State University alumni page. I went to Grambling State University, or is it Grambling State University support page? One of our alumni pages, and one of our wonderful alumni, or alumnus. What's the male? Alumnus? He shared some stuff that was going on at Grambling. And not just the shooting, but the things that that's been shared with him, because he's down there quite a bit. And he was on the page and sharing with us what's going on. Shout out to Zoltan Sharif and the Black to the Basics bookstore there in Grambling, and he was sharing with us with some students to come in and share with him about what's really going on, or some things that's going on at our dear old Grambling State University that doesn't make the news, is not being reported. One young man was allegedly shot at a party there as a student there. It's really popular, but that didn't make it to us as alumni. And he went on to say that it was shared with him by students that there are people who, there's more shooting than that video we saw of kids shooting on the campus a couple weeks ago. Where he said, and it gave the impression that is something that's not so random on the campus these days. They've had a few shootings, like shooting outside the window of the dorms kind of shit. But that hasn't made it. You know, it's what reported. This is what's being reported. And the question is, what can we do as alumni? Well, first we have to be told what's going on. So that's on the administration. They're not sharing with us or what's going on, what we can do. And we know Grambling has quite a few issues, just like other HBCUs, but I'm talking about Grambling. You know, has an endowment about not even a good $7 million. But, you know, Howard, Spelman, and Morehouse got over $100 million. They always give it to those three schools for some reason. But then again, we got enough alumni who are always concerned about shit when it comes to homecoming. Oh, everybody's in on that. When it comes to football games, everybody's in on that. And I see people giving like a check for $10,000. Shout out to the Delta Sigma Theta folks and the AKAs. And they give that check to the homecoming, but it's just, you know, something that I think a local chapter, something raised throughout the whole year. But it's hundreds and thousands upon them, and it's thousands upon thousands of us who are Grambling alumni. They could really do a lot more, me included. So when I'm speaking, I'm not outside of this. I'm talking about all our ass. And so, and then it was sharing that students at Grambling, they don't really feel that we have their back. They don't really feel our presence, and you know, and they're right. But don't we have to be invited to come down and do stuff? Like I was talking about that shooting. How come the administration doesn't reach back and ask a lot of us to come down and hold workshops? And you know, 'cause a lot of Gramblingites are professionals in the world of business, education, social work, criminal justice, entertainment. We're all over the place. Mass media. Yeah, and we have Gramblingites, you know, who work for the New York Times, and Gramblingites who are big in the music and entertainment world, but you never hear these people mention Grambling and none of what they do. So why don't we promote our school, especially the Gramblingites with these huge platforms? They don't ever mention Grambling. We can't get an article in the New York Post. Damn. We can't get a song or a benefit concert to the singers or alumni of Grambling State University. And also, these folks is running for these damn offices for the Grambling Alumni Association, the National Grambling Association. I ain't heard none of that stuff about the platform. They're all running and saying this, that, and the other, but what about recruitment? It's just a lot of things. It's about the students. And we can do better as Gramblingites. You know, and I'll keep talking about Prairie View and Texas Southern, how they're just exploding. Because they're alumni and they're students and everybody's working together. But it seems to be this huge disconnect at Grambling State University. I get it. We mad because financial aid was slow. We mad because, you know, some bullshit happened when we were undergrads. You know, as it relates to financial aid and housing. Guess what? That happens to probably every other HBCU. But how long are you going to hold that grudge? How long we gonna hold that grudge? I'm speaking for myself, because a lot of fuck shit that was done to me. But I don't want my future, my present and future students who are going to Grambling to suffer because shit that happened to us, because we have that attitude. Guess what? When they get their degree, they're gonna move on and say, fuck Grambling. A lot of us, thousands of us have said, fuck Grambling. But thank you, Grambling, where I can come down and reunite with my fraternity members or reunite with my old buddies I used to drink and have sex with chicks with. And, thanks, Grambling, for homecomings. And we come down there and have the breakfast thing, the Adidas party, and alumni parties and shit, and barbecues. But a university runs all year round, not just at homecoming. And we should be there all year round, just somewhere bringing our resources that we've been able to get because of Grambling State University. Our smarts. If we don't have, those of us who don't have, monetary things, but we have experience that we can share. We have the ability to try to get a non-black bitch elected as president, but we don't have the ability. On the ballot as vice president, but we don't have the ability to bring more funds, more resources, more hope, and more sense of HBCU pride to our very own Grambling State University. So I listen and see all this shit. We can write great letters. We can all tune in by the millions to fuck shit TV. But we can't tune in by the hundreds and thousands to save HBCUs. Y'all see our priorities fucked up? And then while we going through all this shit, our students, they're feeling like, well, damn, do we have an alumni there? How come we only see them or hear about them during homecoming? And then I'm understanding that at Grambling, they still got damn professors there who taught us. I'm 51. We got professors there that taught me and still there teaching. What's up with that? Y'all see, there's a lot of stuff we can be doing. And after the pandemic, hopefully in the spring, go down there, because I think they can use a newsletter. I think they can use the return of In My Opinion by Rico Rivers on their campus to inspire them and to get them focused on what they should be doing as students, and also let them know how to demand things of the university. I think a lot of them don't know how to do that. A lot of them don't know that they can do it. So they might need to be encouraged. Say, look, y'all supposed to demand this of not only the president, but you demand this of the board. Y'all need to be writing letters to the president, putting this shit on social media, saying the board is fucking over Grambling. Y'all need to give us more money. I can teach them to do that. That's all I did. And it made a difference. See, the students, they don't have in what's called black consciousness guiding them in their walk. They all still pledging fraternities and shit. And then also, who the fuck is the dean of students? What does that person do? Is that office vacant? Why aren't they inspiring the students? Why the fuck do they even still have the clubs and organizations? Like we had, those of us who went in the 80s and 90s, they still have the clubs there? Damn. Because I've gone there for homecoming and stuff, I don't even feel that HBCU or that Grambling spirit. Now, who's over the Favor Arts Student Union Board? That Favor Arts Student Union under Mr. Eddie Henderson, it used to be popping. Not just Spring Fest, not just homecoming, but other stuff too. It used to be popping. And our dear president, who's the president a lot of times, shout out to Chevrolet. If you out there, go, hey. Chevrolet is the president a lot of times. It was popping. So what's up with the Student Union Board? Who's over that? Who's running that? The things that make a campus feel like college. Where the people at? It's like they bring the students there and they just kind of dragging along. And the student organizations, who's not encouraging student organizations to have panel discussions and stuff all around campus like we used to do? Yeah, we were rat-a-tat-tat-tatter and tattered up, but we were encouraged to be at, we knew we were at a university, because one thing about the administration during that time in the 80s and the 90s when I was there, well, I arrived in 89, but 89 and 94, they used to have speakers come in and empower the students, all kinds of speakers. They would be big time Negro preachers from Louisiana. They had business people and entertainers come in and perform, and inspire the students. Where is that? So to take money, well, alumni, what's up? I'm willing to come in. We have a real discussion. about how we can get at least 50,000 alumni. We all give $100 a piece. That was about $20 million at one point, and boom. And then go back to the brother. You know, it had slipped my mind, but I guess I never paid attention to it. Because the last homecoming, I remember driving down, and not just that. You know, a few times I've been to Grambling. There's this whole set of apartments, a whole new set of apartments that's built at Grambling. And they've been sitting vacant for the past, hold on y'all, for the past, I guess, 3 years or so. They're sitting vacant. Hold on a second. Mary Max, this water cold as shit. Mary Max, I just drank some of that water at the container bar. It's still cold as shit. Right on. I've been sitting there an hour in the sun. Damn, that was awesome. Thank you, Mary Max. But anyway, and so those apartments are still back there, and the brother shared that they were built wrong, and they've been sitting back there growing weeds and shit all around those new. They look beautiful, but they were built wrong. I think in a flood zone, or they just didn't build them right. And it's like, wow. And they're sitting there empty. Just ride down there when you ride past the stadium. When you ride past old Martha Adams and Adams Hall, let's go down that street and look to your right. And look past all those trees and bushes. There's a bunch of damn apartments back there. Vacant. What's up with that? So alumni, at this convention that would have taken place this year, but definitely when the pandemic we got to stop with the bullshit and stop with the divisiveness, you know, and stop with the grouping and just say we're about Grambling. We don't care what you're affiliated with or not affiliated with. We need to get on it. I'm saying we, because I'm guilty of the shit too. You know, and stop always trying to have shit. Well, we better have this convention pay $50. Anybody have to pay no motherfucking $50 for no virtual fucking thing? Well, they might. I don't know. That was just. Let me take that back. Good luck for those who do. I know I'm not paying it. I was prepared to go to San Antonio in September. That's why I want to go to the convention, because it's right up the street from me. Well, 3.5 hours from Dallas. I was prepared to go there. Maybe we should do it again in 2022, 21. Have a convention there again so we can, hopefully the pandemic can be up and over, the shit is over, so we can get back to this. You know, but maybe this semester, ride down and maybe get it. And you know, there's some things we can do and say, tell the students we love you, we appreciate you coming here. Maybe we can, you know, give cards out to the students and maybe put like some money in a card. We all just get together and, you know, if even you want to do it on your own, each person, you know, save up or what you can do, like give out cards and say thank you for being a Grambling student. We appreciate you, and we do have your back. Just go to Kroger or Dollar Tree and buy the cards. Maybe put some money in it, in the cards. Because one thing about it, if you want to reach them up and right away, yeah, go on campus. No, everybody just say, look, we got cards. And that's everybody, even if your organizations can do it. We just all come out. And how many you can afford as a group or individual? Everybody do 100 cards you can a piece. And make sure we get every student on there and probably put $100 in that card and say, hey, we appreciate you. I know this is not much, but it's more to come. And just hand a card to saying thank you to the students. And let them know we appreciate you. You're not left behind. We just have to get our silly shit together and try to make it better for you. Stuff like that. We can come up with stuff. Yeah, I said give them some money. I wish we had somebody give us some motherfucking cash, because you know, y'all know how shit get tight on that campus. $100. Now back then, if you gave a motherfucker $10, man, it was Domino's pizza for everybody. But $100 for a kid now, like shit, it's all right. I can go up here and sudden do something with this. That's $100 they didn't have. You know, whatever you want to put in there, 40, 50, 60, $100, just some in a card to just pass around. Have a box of cards. So how you doing? Hey, just want to say we appreciate you, dear student, dear student, dear student, and just pass them around. You know, some of them might end up getting 2. That's cool too, because we got plenty of them. That's the stuff you can do. As well as raise money to, you know, to get the programs up and hire some professors that'll get our kids into 2021, 22. You know, and I appreciate the older professors who are in their 70s and shit, and administrators in their 70s, but all that, they need to all be offered retirements. If you've been there more than 20, you've been there 25 years, everybody's been there 20 years, 25, hey, give them their package. Give them their severance package. Say, thank you so much, but we're hiring somebody who's 35 years old now, somebody who's 40 years old to give us more breath and more experience in what's going on. That's the Grambling needs a total rejuvenation. And as alumni, we should be a part of that change. But also we should empower the students. And finally, I guess on this suggestion, you know, y'all want to get the word out, let the students know. You know, because I can write a particular or a special, in my opinion. I can write a special, in my opinion. They'll say, hey, students, and this is for all the people who are what's called them administrators on these alumni pages. I went to Grambling State University, Graham Fam, and Grambling State University. Grambling alumni support group. All you administrators of those alumni pages, and y'all share this live. We should tell the students that y'all should let them become members of those pages so they can tell us what's going on. Because a lot of stuff we don't know, because we live all over the world, all over the country, all over the world. We don't know. And I think that we should let those students know, or at least a few of them say, hey, become a part of this page. So these alumni pages, so you can tell us exactly what's going on and what y'all need. And then we can all get the information. Even the ones who went to Grambling in the 70s and 80s who's on these alumni pages. 60s and 70s probably. That's right. Invite them to the alumni pages so they can tell us directly what's going on, what's happening. Then we get to ask them questions right there on the page. They should be invited to our alumni pages so they can tell us, the undergrad, the students. Yeah. So it sounds like something that can be put in my opinion page. And all you administrators of these pages, y'all let a few students on there so they can tell us. And I don't want the butt-kissing students, because, you know, they still exist like they did when I was there. The butt-kissing, administration-kissing students. We need the students that are going to tell the truth. Because let them tell it just like some of these old silly-ass alumni. Well, we don't want to put our Grambling's business on the public display. Fuck that. Tell the truth. Put it out there so we can do something about it. Hell. But anyway, let me go do a final shout out. This is for everybody who's from my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee, with all the shit that's going on. I just want to shout out this, when you're from Memphis, Tennessee, or you're from Memphis but you don't live there anymore, you want to hear, it's a young cat, a young dude, and he sounds just like a dude out of North Memphis or out of Frazier or Maryland, Whitehaven, just out of Memphis, in his language and his delivery. He does that Memphis News. It's called Memphis News, N-E-W-Z, on YouTube. And I just happened across it, happened upon it. I came across it yesterday. Yeah, he talks just like a young person there, but he's telling the news about what's going on with all the foolishness in our hometown. And I'm promoting this young brother's page because I listened to his stuff, a couple of them, and he's not promoting violence, he's not promoting gang life, he's not promoting all this stupid stuff. He's reporting on how terrible people are behaving, and I guess in his generation of young people, and the crime that's going on in our hometown, those of us who still love Memphis. So I want you to holler at the young brother. Subscribe if you're from Memphis. If you currently live there, you know what's going on, but if you just want to hear him sound like the Memphian that he is, subscribe to that brother's channel. Though if you're from Memphis, if you haven't been home and all that, but you hear things, you know, check it out. So it's called Memphis News, N-E-W-Z. And I'd like to meet that young brother to do an interview with him on my page, on my YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel is Ricotheopinionist. I'm going to go ahead because it's about time for me to get my run on. I thank y'all again for this Friday, for listening to me. Y'all understand that when I'm talking to us. I'm not talking. I hope I'm not talking at you, but I'm talking to you. And just how it is, my passion flows that way. I don't want to be talking at anybody about, because we're all grown. And most of the folks, the majority of you who are grown professionals, your parents and some of your grandparents, educated, professionally employed, and all this cool stuff. I respect all of that. And so I'm talking to us. And so I just want to say thank you. Holler at me on the Cash App and the PayPal. I'm going to see y'all again on Monday, because I'm going to hit the weights this weekend. You know, I'm trying to look different after the pandemic. You hear me? Man, if I can stop eating them damn chili dogs, turkey chili dogs, my God. But anyway, that's my cross to bear. I will talk to y'all next week, and thank y'all for hollering at me all this week. We'll talk again soon. Go to my YouTube channel, Ricotheopinionist. Subscribe and share. Thank y'all.